Hello everyone, welcome to Swords and Spells. My name is Yostrix, and today I will be introducing my commander deck, Prae-Tor. The commander of this carcinogenic deck is Jodah The Unifier, a Wooburg 5/5 legendary creature human wizard that has 2 abilities. Legendary creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control, and whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with lesser mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I chose Jodah mainly for his second ability, which allows us to cascade into other legendary creatures that our deck mainly consists of, though he could really be replaced by quite a few other commanders. The win conditions of this deck can be a few things: big creatures, overwhelming amount of tokens, non-combat damage, or poison counters, whichever ends up happening first. To kick things off, let's start with our token makers. Brimaz, Blight of Oreskos. We have a lot of Phyrexians, we want incubate tokens, no brainer. Brutalclad Telcore Engineer allows us to immediately transform tokens without transforming them and keeping the counters. Elish Norn / the Argent Etchings, damage control, token maker, anthem, and board wipe all wrapped up in one nice Phyrexian package. Thissa, Herald of Predation, token maker, token flipper, and a nice little buff if we need. Glistening Dawn, we have a lot of ramp and likely a lot of lands. God Eternal Oketra, token maker that refuses to stay dead, how eternal of them. Mondrak, Glory Dominus, doubler that can be indestructible, how fun. Rhea Ivor, Bane of Bladehold, a great political card that can just make things more of a problem for others. And the Locust God, a way to draw cards that doesn't stay dead and makes tokens with them. While tokens are a lot of fun as a strategy, we really like to be the porcelain in our opponent's side, so we have some Painstakers. Merchant Ultimatum, people always hate choosing the lesser of 2 evils, so we make it harder with 3. God Eternal Ronus, because an already huge creature just wasn't enough. Helioid the Radiant Dawn / Helioid the Warped Eclipse. Recursion gives our spells flash and makes them cheaper, which is amazing. Ixhel, Scion of Atraxa, as seen many times before, requires a bit of poison to work, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Sulfim, Mayhem Dominus, doubles non-combat damage, literal pain in the side. Urabrask / the Great Work, board damager, a little bit of ramp, and a way to cast others' instant and sorcery spells that returns to our board. And Zopandrel Hunger Dominus, pretty much Phyrexian Ronus. Now a way to infuse our deck with power, we have counters. All will be one. There will be a lot of counters, and this is the way we can damage others because we have them. Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, free proliferation and works with most cards that we have, also a Phyrexian. Inexorable Tide, a spell equals proliferation. Simple as that. Tekutal, Inquiry Dominus, if once, why not double? 3 counters, 4 life and 1 mana, makes it harder to remove. And Vraska, Betrayal Sting. Let me just switch this to English for those who can't read Phyrexian, and here we go. Proliferate once a turn for free, turn to treasure powers, and nearly insta-kill a player. Normal Vraska things. Because it's on theme and really no other reason than I thought it'd be cool to have, we have the Twilights. Black Sun's Twilight, targeted removal with a bit of recursion. Blue Sun's Twilight, gain control and copy a creature. Green Sun's Twilight, put 2 cards in a hand or onto the battlefield. Red Sun's Twilight, wipe some artifacts off the field and temporarily make some of your own. And White Sun's Twilight, massive utility, life gain, token creation, and a board wipe. If the deck has black, you may as well have some Recursion. Athreos, God of Passage, best way to return cards to your hand repeatedly because people don't see life as a resource. Athreos, Shroudveil, name so nice you say it twice, steal creatures when they die with coins or put them on yours for self-recursion. Breach the Multiverse, milling 40 cards with 1 is hilarious, stealing only 3 things out of that is even funnier. Miracle, Lord of Bones, God so happen to be enchantments, my favorite card type. If other engines fail, it'll let us make them again. Necrogen Communion grants an undying-like effect and also grants us poison counter threats. And Primol's Glorious Rebirth. A favorite recursion spell of mine, return all legendary creature cards from our graveyard to the field. Because perfecting other life from planes is fun, we have Removal. Assassin's Trophy, people hate you less when they can search for lands. Kinkerbloom, a sacrificer with modularity, artifact or enchantment removal, or proliferate. Excise the Imperfect, exile their high CMC threat to make your own. Nicol Dragon God, he's a god and I never get to play it though it's in my decks. Phyrexian Rebirth, on-theme board wipe that makes a big Phyrexian. Sheoldred / the True Scriptures, another Praetor that forces sacrifices and also destroys and recurs both creatures and itself. Sunfall, because board wipes are good to have, it also makes more incubate tokens. And Swords to Plowshares. Oldie but a goodie, exile for life gain. Considered the best part of Magic, we have Card Draw. A Johnny Sleeper Agent, draw, add counters and poison, a complete package. Atraxa, Grand Unifier, a newer spin on an old favorite, though not perfect for us, so it'll net around 3 cards minimum, I'm guessing. Birgi, God of Storytelling / Harnfell Horn of Bounty, first ability is nice with Urabrask, and the back allows us for some rummaging. Azuri, Stalker of Spears, way to draw cards off of proliferation, pay 3 with this mana, it proliferates twice. Got Eternal Bantu, a fun addition that allows sacrificing for cards and a big threat. Got Eternal Kefnet, a way to maximize our cards while sacrificing some information. Idyllic Tutor, search for an enchantment, or god to be honest, and put it in hand. Jinkataxis / The Great Synthesis lets us draw cards off some of our deck and also becomes Omnipotence if we can last a little bit. Kindred Discovery, whether God of Phyrexian, you can draw quite a few cards from combat or enter the battlefield effects. And Sheoldred the Apocalypse, just a really mean card, but gaining 2 and dealing 6 minimum each rotation is pretty dope. And you don't just pray love, you have to Prae-Tect. Skrelv, Defector Might, a silly little guy in a big Praetor world, grants protection, and Soul of New Phyrexia. Doesn't really have a place here, but it's cool, can grant protection to Praetors at least once. And no good deck goes without it, especially in green, Ramp. Arcane Signet, rock, Chromatic Lantern, rock with mana fixing, cultivate, ramp, Eska God of the Tree / the Prismatic Bridge, legendaries tap for mana, or 1 creature or planeswalker return for free, Felowar Stone, rock, Crufix God of Horizons, a way to store mana for our bigger spells or artifacts, Realmbreaker the Invasion Tree, possible ramp, Secret Praetor Nabber. We cross the paths, I honestly just thought it'd be fun since we have high CMC stuff, and possible reoccurring ramp, Soaring, classic rock, Vorinclex / the Grand Evolution searches for 2 forest cards, 2 creatures for 10 milled, counters, and grants fighting, cause why not? And Wayfarer's Bauble, ramp. And a example land base via Moxfield, Arcane Sanctum, Ash Barrens, Cabaretti Courtyard, Canopy Vista, Cinder Glade, Command Tower, Crumbling Necropolis, Evolving Wilds, Exotic Orchard, Frontier Biovac, Jungle Shrine, Maestro's Theater, Myriad Landscape, Mystic Monastery, Nomad Outpost, Obscura Storefront, Opulent Palace, Path of Ancestry, Prairie Strain, Riveteer's Overlook, Sandstep Citadel, Savage Lands, Seaside Citadel, Smoldering Marsh, Sunken Hollow, Terramorphic Expanse, 2 forests, 2 islands, 2 mountains, 2 plains, and 2 swamps. As you may know from my other channel, I like to make fun and themed decks, and this is no exception. These got playtested a few times in development and thought out for about a few hours, and now here we are. See anything you'd improve? Drop a comment below, and remember to be kind. Thank you for making it this far. To see more of my deck tech, see the playlist here and a video YouTube thinks you'll like beside it. And while you're at it, consider subscribing as well. See you next time. Goodbye.